For me, Jaguar design has been very special. Clearly, it is about that balance of beauty and confidence, and something that's always beautiful to look at. It's something that we're all very, very excited about, that we can actually look at the three cars together and say, this is what Jaguar is about. This is it. This is the level we've reached. Hugely influenced by the XJ, because that really is this pinnacle, this point of design that we've always wanted to get to. The ability of the cars, the performance of the cars, it's a whole new plateau, a whole new level of performance and agility. So it's very important we capture that in the design of the car. Something that we've come to realise is if you want to give the new XF a more modern and more confident front end, is to dramatically try and change the graphics of the grille to the headlamps. It's larger, it's bolder, it's more upright, and we've also made the badge a little bit larger as well. It kind of gives that air of confidence. And of course now we have LED technology, bi-xenon technology in the lamps, which allows us to get a much slimmer graphic. You know, and we're looking for that slimmer graphic all the time. That helps the whole proportion of the car. This is complemented by this lovely flowing line that just sits over the eyebrow of the lamp, giving the car a much more sensuous feel in its profile. So it's all about width and linear shape now, rather than something that looks very tall. And that's what gives the car this assertive look. We've put a lot more form into the bonnet. We've taken this surface here and we've swept it up into the windscreen, which helps the aerodynamics of the car considerably and reduces wind noise. Now this is the XFR, and as you come down through the bumper of the XFR, we have a much stronger graphic in the lower half. Larger, bolder, again giving that statement of confidence and power, because this is a very, very fast car indeed. We've subtly changed the back of the XF. We've increased the size of the lamps. We've also slimmed up the blade that sits across between the lamps, and that gives the car visually a much wider look to it. We've taken the name Jaguar off because we realise that iconic leaper stands for the car itself. It doesn't need any more than that. So the total graphic itself is much more complete. It's very easy to make a car look aggressive, but to give it that sense of glamour and assertiveness and confidence, all wrapped up in one, is really what a Jaguar is all about. For me, the XK is a balance of sensuality and power. And we've got a clear visual power in the very presence of the car and the muscularity of the car. But then we have this combination of lines, and they're very beautiful, very sensual lines, and they really do complement this sense of attitude that the car has. We've got the beautiful graphic of the side of the car, the window graphic, that wonderful natural sweep, and then the overall Coke bottle shape of the car is pure Jaguar. E-Type, 120, 140, they all had that beautiful line. It's a very confident line, it's a simple line, and it can only be in a Jaguar. On the front of the XK, we've worked a lot on the actual surfacing of the car. And it's a little bit more sensual than the previous one, around the air ducts at the side especially. We've got some beautiful lines that flow off that lower grille and up into the side of the car. We've actually increased the size of the grille, but we've embellished it with a lovely piece of bright work, which really emphasised that lovely Jaguar shape. We've slimmed down the headlamp quite considerably. And what that does to the car is it gives it a much tighter look across the car, actually emphasising the width of the car itself. Then again, we've got the 4 lamps in there, but sliced off top and bottom. Exactly the same design details as the XJ. When you see the car on the road, you can see quite clearly this is a different car, and a much more modern car, and actually a much more exotic car. And in the rear of the XK, we've simplified the blade that runs across the rear of the car. We've put it in body colour, the same colour as the car, and we just get a very fine detail in bright chrome. What that does, it helps to accentuate the width of the car itself. It really has to be one of the strongest rear views of a sports car, of any sports car in the world. how that cabin sits over the wonderful muscular haunches. It's clearly a Jaguar. Jaguar is about modern contemporary design. It's also about beautiful design. It's also about great proportions. It's also about the values of very disciplined lines and surfaces. That's exactly what these cars have got. And I think this is the best point in history that we have ever been in terms of Jaguar design, Jaguar technology. In fact, I know it is. These are wonderful cars, and they have the most beautiful style of confidence and the beautiful technology and agility like no time before.